What's happening, everyone? We're back on the bike today. I just wanted to give everyone a little update on what was going on with the project. So it's been a little while since the last video. Things have been a little crazy in my life. We moved and I ended up losing my dad not that long ago. So things have been busy, but I'm able to spend some more time now working on the bike and wanted to show everyone where we're at currently. So last time the FMF pipe expansion chamber wasn't fitting up right. I had a Pro Circuit Platinum on back order. Finally came in. So I have that all mounted up, fit up perfectly, no problems. And I have the Pro Circuit spark arrestor on there now. I'll probably end up putting a shorty on there at some point too. Maybe if I ever take it to a track or something. But for now, I just went ahead and put the spark arrestor on. So both of them are brand new. I mounted the rear fender and the seat, just temporarily. Seat's just on there, but the airbox I have mounted. And the carburetor is installed. The OEM TMX, Mikuni. It's been rebuilt, and that's pretty much it. I put some oil in it, which you can see here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put in transmission oil. So I'm gonna remove the oil check bolt. There's a copper washer with that. Pull that out. And then remove the filler cap. I have my Tusk paper oil filler funnel, and I'm going to go ahead and add some oil in until it starts to come out of the check bolt. All right, so I have some Maxima transmission lube. I'll go ahead and pour her in. Oil check bolt back in. Okay. I'll snug it up. Okay, and I'm gonna operate the kickstart. Kind of get that oil moved around in that clutch. Oh, there's a lot of compression. I'm gonna pull the clutch lever a few times. Get some of that oil moved around in there. So engine wise, she's ready to go. I just have to oil up the air filter and put that on. As for the bike itself, I had the front forks rebuilt by Factory Connection. They're in Southern California. Those guys were great. They did an excellent job. There was a lot of worn parts in these forks. Just a lot of components in there that were worn out. So they rebuilt that for me. One of my top caps here was all marred up. Whoever had it before put a pipe wrench on it or something. So, you know, fortunately they had a spare one in their shop and they were able to replace that for the Showa forks. I have some other graphics from them that an extra set, so I'll go ahead and take these off and make sure they're all straightened up, because I had when I installed these, I wanted the air bleed offs in a certain position. So I got some extra graphics from them. We'll put that on there. Got my spec on there. We stayed with, they were OEM original stock springs. We went ahead and stayed with those. We didn't revalve it, or actually I should say the valving, all the shims were cracked in it, they said, so they had to fix all that. New seals, bushings, everything's looking really good. So I have to do the rear shock. That will get sent out to them for a rebuild as well. We'll put a new spring on there. That one's looking pretty hammered. And then I have to do wheels. After that, it's pretty much done. I have everything else. I got to put the brakes on and the plastics. A few small things, but it's coming along really good. So let's go ahead and get it ready to fire up. So I was also able to get a hold of a very hard part to find. This is the bottom roller, which mounts up down here. The chain roller. I was able to get my hands on one of these, so I'm really stoked about that. You could still get aftermarket ones and things like that, but I was trying to do a lot of OEM if I could. Little Honda Unitanium. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add the coolant now. Okay, so I got the coolant filled up to the filler neck on the radiator on the fill side, so now I'm gonna try to bleed some air out. I'm gonna tilt it back and forth, and you should get some air bubbles out of there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make up some premix now. The engine builder that I used, he recommended the Motul 800. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix up 1 gallon, and he said do 36:1. So I'm gonna go on my ratio right, 1 gallon, 36:1. It's a nice, pretty red. Ooh, there you go. Add our oil. Now I happen to have some T4 here. VP, I'm gonna go ahead and use that, and we're gonna mix up 1 gallon. So on the side of my can here, that's, let's see, US gallon, so that's 1 gallon here. Have a drink. Okay, so I think that's everything. I wanted to make sure the nut was loose on the idle adjustment on the carb, so I can make adjustments. I'm just kind of looking around, making sure, nothing's leaking. We got coolant, we got tranny oil, and we got premix and an oiled air filter, so we should be ready to rock. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on the gas. And let's see what happens. Okay, so I got it moved to a more level surface here. And fire up. Ooh, she's alive. My idle adjustment might be too far out, so let me turn it in a little bit. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so she fired up. I'm just gonna have to make some adjustments. I was looking in the service manual and I'm gonna make some adjustments to the carb for the altitude. I'm gonna have to adjust the needle clip position and the air screw, and we'll see how that goes. It was smoking a lot, but you know, there's oil when they assemble it and new pipe. Everything has to kind of clean out and burn out. So it was running a little boggy, maybe a little rich. So I want to make those adjustments and then kind of start from there and then try to fine tune. I've heard this TMX is a finicky carb to adjust, so we'll see how it goes. But just did a heat cycle on it, still pretty warm. So I'm gonna let it cool down fully, and then I'll make those adjustments and try it again, and then we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching the video. If you're interested in more, please like and subscribe. I'll be dropping more videos as this project progresses. Until then, ride on.